What's up everybody, welcome back to Thomas Review, and here is another review of the long-awaited figure, that is Medicon Tri Mafex Daredevil comic version. Well, before the review start, let me tell you something that I haven't read the Daredevil comic. I've only seen the movies and the TV show, so some of my opinions might be wrong or mistaken compared to the comic point of view. Okay, so now let's start the review. Here is the box art. It is the classic box art of the comic figure. We can see a window here, and we can see the content inside the box, and here is the comic picture of Daredevil. We can see the 223 Mafex is the side of the box, and here is some of the promo shots. There are lots of shots here, and it is really beautiful. And here is another picture of Daredevil. Well, you may think it is the classic comic action figure from the Mafex, but there is one thing that is special about this box art. Let me show you in a bit. What is special about this Daredevil figure is the interior of the box art is completely printed with the comic pages. We can see everywhere inside the box. Here. I really like this kind of design because it makes more beautiful and more aesthetic to the box. I really love this design. Okay, so now let's look at the figure. Okay, in the box he only comes with one layer of this tray, and we have a decent amount of accessory, which is he comes with these buttons and comes with 5 pairs of hand accessories, and he also comes with this button with the wire and button with the hook at the end. Alright, here is the main figure out of the box. Man, he is really sleek and beautiful. The design is simple yet elegant. And we can see different shades of red on the main figure. First I thought this was just red, but we can see there are different shades of red were painted on the figure. We can see the lighter tonal red on the highlight parts, and we can see the darker tonal red in the shadow area like this. And I got a minor paint scratch here, but I don't know, it'll be fine. I thought it was a little slim, but it was just okay because Daredevil is not that much muscular like Wolverine or Cyclops or any other comic figure. He's just this is the correct size of body for Daredevil. He is acrobatic and more like a sport type body. Yeah, like that. And we can see a Daredevil logo on his chest. And one thing I like about this is we can see the wrinkle of his cloak around his thigh and here. And we can also see the little bit of wrinkle around here and on his back of the thigh. And oh, speaking of which, the shading of his body is really amazing on the back, especially on his back. The muscles are well sculpted and the painting is top tier level. Super cool. And his eyes, and here is a little horn, which is the devil. Okay, so now let's look at the articulation. Honestly, I expect a lot from this figure because unlike any other figure, he doesn't have armor parts and shoulder pieces which will be in the way of articulations. So he doesn't have any of those. He's just a muscular body. So I expect his range of movement will be not limited like any other figures. Okay, so now let's look at the articulation. The head can go this much. It is not that much, but it's a good range because he always does jumping pose and crouching pose. So it is important to have this kind of neck movement because when you jump like this, he can be looked upward. The head can go down. It cannot go down that much. It can only go this much. And we got tilted side to side, 360 movement. And as I said before, since there is no shoulder pads on his shoulder, this movement is really amazing. Look at it. It can go upward this much. And here is butterfly joint. Amazing butterfly joint. Look, he can go this much. That was really amazing for a butterfly joint. And we have this arm movement. We have this bicep swivel and double jointed elbow, which is a grave movement. And we have this wrist movement. Oh, it's a little tight in me. I need to heat this up before I post around. And wrist rotation. Now for the body, he comes with upper dorsal movement, which is a great range of motion. Oh, that's very nice. And he can go forward this much. And the lower dorsal movement here. So combined with these torso movement, we can do great poses for jumping like this. And we have this tight movement, swivel movement, and the legs can go this much, more than 90 degrees. He can make a great forward kick. And he comes with double jointed knee. This is a great range of movement as the elbow joint. And we have ankle pivot, this movement, and the toe joint. The articulation is more than satisfied because since there is no other armor parts or additional accessory attached to his body, his movement is not limited. And we have this baton and in his holster, which is connected to his thigh on a ball joint. Well, I guess it can sometimes be in the way of thigh movement, but you can always move around to get a better range of movement like this. And it is also removable. Now let's look at the accessories. For accessory, he comes with 3 head sculpt. The one is which is now attached to the body, which is slightly smiled. This is the face of the man without fear. The next faceplate is angry head with a teeth grinning, which is suitable for combat force and fighting poses. And the another pose is shouting poses. In the promo picture, this head is used to describe he got some headache, or his head was disturbed by the loud noises or something like that. In the promo picture, it is described like that. But for me, I think this head is definitely perfect for brutal fight scenes like I Beat You, since this head is definitely showing the wrath of the Daredevil. I really like this head sculpt. And we have a pair of fists which is attached to the figure, and 5 pairs of hands, which is a less hand. We can also see the darker shade of red even on his knuckle. And open hands for posing and jumping or reaching something out hand. And karate chop hand. And we have this claw pose hand, I think this can also be used to grab someone's neck, like choking the neck both with this thing, with his hands. And last but not least, we have this hands with a hole in the fist for holding the buttons. Now for the button, he comes with 2 buttons, which is one is just button, which is a stick, just a stick, and the another has a strap at the end. Now this was attached to his thighs earlier, but this one, it got only 1 button removed, and there's 1 button left. And now both of the buttons were removed in this, so you can use whatever you like. And it got 3 bezel button in the holster. And my favorite parts of the accessory is these 2. At first I thought these 2 are the same in the promo picture, but they are definitely not the same. This one is 2 buttons connected by a wire. I think this will be longer than this one because it has more wire here, and this one is button with a hook. I think the accessories are great for this figure because Daredevil normally use a button and a button with a wire, but he got not only 1 wire button but 2 wire button with a hook. And we also got 3 hubcaps, and all of them are amazing. And we also have various kinds of hands for posing, so I think they are really nice. Now for the size comparison, I'll try to compare him with a bunch of comic book action figure from Mafex. Now here is next to Mafex X-Men Cyclops. Here is next to Wolverine. Wolverine is a short guy. And here is next to Mafex Gambit. And here is next to Mafex Jean Grey. And here is next to Mafex Scarlet Spider. And here is next to Sentinel Spider-Man. Sentinel Spider-Man is a little bit smaller than the Mafex action figure. Well, unfortunately, I don't have Marvel Legend figures at the moment, so I can't show you guys. But let's compare with some Amazing Yamaguchi figures. Here is next to Amazing Yamaguchi Moon Knight. And here is next to Amazing Yamaguchi Iron Man Bleeding Edge. Well, they are about the same size as usual, but Iron Man is a bit bigger, I guess. Now I'm gonna compare with some of the figures from other brands in case you wanna do a mix and match. Now here is next to SH figure Lloyd Forger. He's a suit body and he also got a can and he's a spine, so you can make fighting pose between an assassin and a daredevil. And here is next to SH figure Denji. Well, Denji is pretty short. Now here is next to SH figure Kaiju Hachiko. Okay, that's it. That's for the size comparison. Well, that's for my review today. It's a great figure with nice sculpting and the amazing paint job, and the articulation are really awesome. Everything from the box art to the every little piece of detail of the figure, everything is just awesome. Well, after getting this Daredevil figure in my hand, I just now realized that I also need Punisher comic fashion figure from the Mafex, because they always did really good job on the comic figure, and this one is no difference. So I'm sure it will be really amazing to see Punisher comic fashion to pair with this Daredevil figure. So that's for my review. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video.